right, welcome to Go 95.3 with Auggie 5000 and very special guest, City Page's Pick to Click Best New Artist, Nur-D.
What's up? Hey.
Good morning, man. Fresh off of the big news last week.
Yeah.
Has your phone been blowing up?
It has been blowing up. I've had to put it on keep away from me mode. It's been wild.
All right, your phone's blowing up.
It's blowing up. It's crazy. It's super crazy. Some people are just asking me regular stuff.
Okay.
Like my girl's like, did you do the dishes? And I'm like, oh yeah, that too. But also people think I'm cool.
So President Barack Obama calling you?
Yep. No, a couple times. I had to put him on red for a little bit.
Okay.
He's been blowing up.
Kung Fu Kenny calling.
No, Kenny.
Actually, Brother Ali called, and I want to get to that soon because that's really cool.
That's super cool. That's been wild.
What I want to talk about is kind of this is almost like a very fast rise to the top of the Twin Cities mind.
It's been wild. It's been a wild ride for sure.
So let's rewind back. What is it? 2 years ago?
About a year and a half. It's gonna be 2 years in February coming up.
Okay, so you were a guy that your rock band wasn't
really hitting. It wasn't really popping. Shout out to Black Genesis. Shout out to Saving Valley City fans who are still sad about it. It wasn't really popping like we wanted it to, and I wanted it to. I just wasn't finding myself fulfilled musically, and just overall, just wasn't doing really well. And then so we called it quits, and it was really amicable though. It wasn't this angry oh, why did you do that? It was just hey, this rap thing that you showed us, the band was this rap thing that you showed us, you should do that. That's really good. You should, that seems like something you should do. And I was a little on the fence about it. So I had put in a request to do Shut Up and Rap, which was at Modest on Thursdays at the time. And I had put it in under the band name, under the old band name. I had sent it in and just been okay, well, if I get it, I'll just be hey, look at this band I'm in too. Oh, great, we'll get some new fans. And then you actually picked the song. And I remember just being terrified.
Oh my God.
Because I had never rapped in front of people before. I had rapped with my brother and his friends in their basement. You know what I mean? And I had I made a little video, I think it was freshman year of college. Just a little thing in my dorm room with a few of the key people on my floor. And it was just more for fun. And I had never rapped, and they didn't even see me do it. They just, hey, be on this video for a second. So I had never rapped in front of real live people before. So that had thrown me. You said you picked, and I was oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I was at Shut Up and Rap.
So you took a couple of deep breaths, and then you came on the stage.
Yeah.
And you were wearing the Where's Waldo gear.
No. That people think that was my first time doing it. It wasn't. That was my second time doing it.
Right.
Because the very first time I did it, I had just come. I didn't tell any of my friends. I didn't tell anybody. Tim was there. My brother was there. That was it. And it was me versus Tyler Berry for the main spot. And Tyler, you know how he gets. He had the props. He put the girl down on the chair. He was singing to her. Did the whole R&B dance on her thing. So it was me and him for the finals, and he took that one. That was his third win, I think, at the time. But Mr. Peter Parker, he pulled me aside, and he was there's a lot of potential here. I see what you're doing. You don't have a Twitter, you don't have an Instagram, you don't have any of that stuff, so you're gonna need that. But this is a thing you can do. And he talked to me for 30 minutes about just what it would take to make it in the industry if this is something that I really truly wanted to do. So then I came back
weeks later,
after that season had come and gone.
Right.
And weeks later, I came back with the Where's Waldo shirt and went full on Nur-D with it. This was 100%. I'm just going to be completely myself. I'm going to be as weird as I can be. And that's when it all started. That's when I started winning and winning.
You blew us away. You won 4 in a row. We had to say no more, man. We're just going to put you on Soundset on the Shut Up and Rap stage.
That was a fun phone call when you called about Soundset. I was still at work, and I get this phone. I was Auggie 5000. Why is Auggie calling me? I'm oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm in the hallway, hey, what's going? What do you need? What's going on? I thought I was done. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then you're hey, you're doing Soundset, and I flipped. It was insane. I was oh yeah, sure. I was trying to be as cool as I could be on the phone, so it didn't seem like this is I don't get these calls all the time, but I was so nervous. And it was funny because when you had called, I hadn't even have a full set at that point. I didn't even have a full set. I wrote 3 songs for Soundset.
Yeah.
I think Taking My Picture was one of them.
Wow.
Because I I didn't even have music enough for the length that you wanted me to do.
Yeah.
But I said yes. I was just like, yep, nope, I'll do it. 100%. I'm ready. I'll do it. So I just was like, well, Matt, we're going to write some songs for this because we can't come in with like 2 songs at a time and just be done. So that was wild. I remember I called Sarah. I called my band, my old band, because we hadn't done band as in like, the Nur-D stuff yet. And I called everybody that I knew that I could tell, about it because it hadn't been released yet. And I was just like, this is happening. I don't even know what to do. And it was so crazy wild. We got there for Soundset. And for those of you who haven't been there before, if you've never been to Soundset before, like, it's a lot bigger than you think. Like, I thought it was like, oh, it's big, but like, it is big. Like, the amount of people is crazy.
It's insane. Yeah.
I think, and even now that I've been doing more things, it's still the most I think I've ever performed in front of, like, numbers wise. Like, you just saw all the people walking through, and we were lucky enough to be in an inside area that particular time, but it was super hot. Everyone was walking around, so everyone was coming into the shade to hear us play and hear the Go 95 stages that's where it was that year, and it was packed out. People were crazy. I had people telling me, "Oh, hey, we were going to go to Wu-Tang, but then we stopped and we stayed for you because you were really great."
Dang.
And that to me was like crazy. Because like I really wish I hope I could go to Wu-Tang. I hope I can finish up, get a run over to the stage. But Soundset was wild, and that was the first time I really got to taste the hip hop bug and see how much of a scene we had for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to hear Minneapolis artists and hear Twin Cities artists, and you hear them, but like to see how many people, and with Prof and all of his balloons, he was like, that was the first time he did like the balloon thing.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. And then you had Erykah Badu there, and Tyler created it. That's just my year, and that was just super wild. So Soundset was insane.
Now, fast forward a little while.
Yep.
City Pages recognizes you for having some of the best shows, for being one of the best artists in the Twin
Top 5,
Cities.
yeah, for the best of the year.
Yeah.
I just sneaked in because they were doing it for 2019, 2018, like that little area, and I had just started, so I snuck in on a lot of these spots because it was best album, which was Mixtape 2, Electric Boogaloo. That was one of the top 5.
Yeah.
And then it was, which take my pictures on, and then it was best live show. And that was the Space Camp thing we did for New Year's Eve with Jake Giller and Minneapolis Drew. Shout out to them. Like, we had put that show on, and you were hosting, and you did a great job. It's probably why we won. Probably why we got it. We did that show, and that was super big. So that got in best local concert in the top 5. And then what was the wildest one was the top 5 hip hop artists, period, for the year. And it was Prof, it was Atmosphere, it was Dessa, it was Lizzo, and it was me.
Wow. Wow, you were just with like all these titans.
Yeah, and I hadn't had put out one project at that point, and it was insane just seeing my name next to all of those people, and just being like, oh yeah, this, like, here you go, here's the best according to like the people who voted, everybody in the city, these are the 5 best. Wow. And that was a really humbling moment for me, because I was just like, okay, like, all right, the people are out here, they actually are about it. So that was the first time me and City Pages really had any connection, because that was the first time I got put on anything, really.
Right. And so now they just said flat out, you're the best new artist. Pick to Click.
Pick to Click. That was an insane moment, waking up and seeing that. Especially waking up and seeing it all on the physical magazine, like my face on the cover.
Right.
That was crazy.
So now everybody's calling. We've talked about Barack Obama calling, and everybody.
Yeah. He's still your wife
telling you to do the dishes, but I want to get to Brother Ali calling.
Yes,
because this is awesome.
That was really cool. So it was after I had opened up for Greaves at the Fine Line. So it opened up for Greaves. We did that show with Student One, and it was super great. It was super great show, packed house, obviously. And like 2 days after that, I get a message on IG, and it's Brother Ali's handle. I didn't even open the message. I just looked at it. I just was looking at my phone like, this has got to be fake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would Brother Ali be messaging me on Instagram? So I clicked on the name before, like I said, I didn't even read it. I clicked on the name, and I was like, oh, this is the real Brother Ali. This is his actual Instagram. Wait, what? And then I look at the message, and he just said, hey, man, like, I heard what you do. I heard what you're doing. I really like it. Like, good on you. He gave me a really cool thing, because obviously when you talk to Brother Ali, he's going to give you some cool wisdom. He told me, he said, I'm sure you already know this, but Nur is Arabic for light. This is light, both spiritual and physical. He's like, I'm sure you knew that already. I was like, I did not know that. I was just trying to get people to look up my name instead of Pharrell's band. And I was like, wow, that's crazy how it all comes together. And he was like, hey, we should hang out. We should go get like coffee. We should hang out or something. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, sure. Didn't think anything of it. We went, we hung out. We just had some coffee. We talked for a while. And I was like, oh, that was a really nice, just a meeting. He just cool reaching out to a young artist trying to make it. And then 2 days after that, or maybe like it was a week or two after that, he texted me, because we exchanged numbers, and he texted me and he's like, hey, can you talk for a minute? And I was at work again. And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, all right, well, another bathroom break, excuse me. And he's like, hey, I'm going on tour, and I want you to be the main support for that. I want you to be the main support for tour. And I was like, whoa. And I had just gotten the call from MC Chris to be on his tour just a little bit before that. And it just so happened that it worked so well that I could go right from one into the other. And so I was like, yes, 100%. Yes, please. I will do it. I'll be there. And so now we're going to be all over the Midwest. It's going to be pretty dope being on Ali's main support. I'm so excited.
Awesome. This is so awesome to see you grow from winning 4 in a row at Shut Up and Rap, and then now you're just like, you're doing it. And like, to me, when you see all this stuff, it's like another check off the box. Like, this is just like right here, and then we're going to go up here, and then we're going to go up here, and then we're going to go up here.
I got to aim. I always want to aim for higher than I think I can actually get to, because when I first did the Shut Up and Rap thing, after I talked to Peter Parker, I said, okay, I want to win as many of these as I can. That's my goal. You know what I mean? After I won the first time, I was like, I'll win as many of these as I can. And that will be my goal. And then I won. And then it was Soundset. I was like, all right, I'm going to do a really good job at Soundset. That's going to be my goal. And then I was like, oh, I want to play at Pride. I want to play at all these other places. And then I check. And it's really just stating it and visualizing it and going as hard as you can until you get it. It's a lot of luck. It's a lot of making sure you are in the right place at the right time. But if you always give 110% at every show you're at, whether it's 5 people there or 500 people there, then you never have to worry about, is this the show that I need to really turn up at? If you just do your best at every single show, then you just cut out that.
It's true. It's true, 100%.
That's right.
That's how you get to where you're getting to, man.
Exactly. So it's been crazy.
Well, Nur-D, I want to appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, of course. This is a place to be.
All right, Nur-D.
Yeah.
Fantastic music all around.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want to play one of your songs. But
Yeah.
I want to play. Do you know what? Introduce it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Let everybody know what song this is.
Yo, this is going to be Black Wizard Wave. It's one of my songs off of Songs About Stuff that you can find all over the place. Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, wherever you get your music at. It's actually mixed. I hit the studio with DJ D-Mill. So that's pretty cool. This is Black Wizard Wave. Check it out.
Let's go 95.3.
Go 95.3 Modern Hip Hop Channel. The place to be.
That's my old radio guy voice.